Hello, hope so you're fine and you're doing well in your studies. So today our topic of discussion is under certain conditions chlorine undergoes a free radical substitution reaction with ethane. State the condition required to initiate this reaction. Actually here are required condition for free radical, so we can say UV rays, ultraviolet rays, or we can say sunlight is mandatory for this type of reaction. So write the overall equation for this free radical substitution reaction. So here we have the ethane. We can say there is C2H6, and here we can say there is overall equation for the free radical substitution. So this is Cl2 and it will give us C2H5Cl plus HCl. So this is the overall equation. So then the next question number 10, crude oil is a natural source of the hydrocarbons that are used as fuels. Hydrocarbons with a low relative molecular mass are used as a fuel in industry, in the home, and for the transport. There is high demand for the hydrocarbons with a low MR. Name the process by which long chain hydrocarbons are broken down into shorter chain hydrocarbon. So this is the process called as cracking. So in the next part, give one reason why hydrocarbons with a low MR are suitable for use as soil. Actually we can say their enthalpy of combustion is greater, more exothermic as compared to the higher MR molecules. So the next question number 3, part 3 is incomplete combustion of hydrocarbon can release carbon monoxide into the atmosphere. Write an equation for the formation of carbon monoxide. Here we can see C4H8 plus O2 and it will give us CO plus 4H2. So 448, we can say 4H2 4O2. So this is the third part. In the next part, identify an analytical technique that can be used to monitor the level of carbon monoxide in the atmosphere. Actually, so here we have the analytical technique, that is infrared spectrometry or spectroscopy, or we can say comparing the wavelength is the one of the best way in which we compare the wavelength, comparing lambda actually. So these are the analytical tools used for the detection of the level of carbon monoxide in the atmosphere. So here we have question number second last question, question number 11. Hexane is a colorless liquid. 2 test tubes contain the equal amounts of hexane. 1 cm cube of bromine is added to both test tubes. One test tube is kept in the dark and the other is exposed to sunlight. In the dark, no change, mixture remain orange. In the sunlight, color of the mixture fades to the pale yellow. So the test tube in the dark is kept cool and is not exposed to ultraviolet rays. Explain the observation for the test tube kept in the dark. Actually, here we can say no reaction, not enough energy, no activation energy, not enough energy. So we can see radicals are not formed in the presence of sunlight, no homolytic fission. So all these reasons are actually. So part B is, in sunlight bromine reacts with a hexane by mechanism which occurs via series of steps. State the name of mechanism of reaction that occurs. Actually we can say this is the mechanism and this is called as free radical substitution. Give the equation which shows a propagation step in this reaction in which hexane produces this one. So this is actually C6H14 plus Br free radical, and it will give us C6H13 free radical plus HBr. Give an equation that show propagation step in the reaction produces one bromohexane. Actually, we can say one for the preparation of the one bromohexane, there must be C6H13 free radical plus Br2, or we can say Br molecule C6H13Br. So this is our product and Br free radical. So this is the propagation step in which we can see on the both reactant and the product side contain the free radical. So question part 4, give an equation which shows the termination step. Actually in this reaction produces one bromohexane. For the termination step we can say C6H13 free radical plus Br free radical, and it will change into C6H13Br. So this is the actually. So question number 12 is the last question of our today's video. Is naphtha is a mixture which contains only hydrocarbon molecules. What is meant by the term hydrocarbon? Actually the compound that contain hydrogen plus carbon known as hydrocarbon. Name the raw material that is used to produce a sample of naphtha. We can say that is the crude oil. Compound V is found in naphtha. It has molecular formula C10H22. When V is heated at high pressure in the absence of air, equal number of moles of ethene, propene and W are made. W is compound made of a straight chain saturated molecules. Name the process that describes this reaction. Actually this reaction is called as, again we have the same process that is called as cracking, because higher hydrocarbons are being converted into lower hydrocarbons. So this is an example of cracking. Deduce the structure of W. Draw its structure. Actually we can say this is a straight chain and this is the equal number of mole, all have the equal number. So C10 must be divided into C2 plus C3, so 5. So 5 carbon will be remained, and this is 5 carbon saturated hydrocarbon, and that is the 12. This is the pentane. So its structure below this is this structure 1 2 3 4. So these are the carbon. So here we can go with the next part, and this part is very critical and is very important. Polymer Z is useful because it is absorbed large amount of water. However, there are problems associated with the disposal of products containing polymer Z. Combustion is not an appropriate method to dispose of pure Z because the process releases harmful gases. Some of these gases contribute to enhanced greenhouse effect or causes global warming. Identify a gas releasing during the combustion of Z which contribute to the enhanced greenhouse effect. This is a very important question. Carbon dioxide gas is called as the greenhouse gas that causes the global warming. And there is a little bit another gas is responsible, that is called as methane, that is minor contribution. Identify another gas which could be produced during the combustion of pure Z. Describe and consequence other than the enhanced greenhouse effect or release in the atmosphere. And the gas name is carbon monoxide, and this is a poisonous, and it has effects of the poisonous effects harmful to the death. So this is all about today's lecture. In the next lecture we will discuss about the alkenes and the rest of our organic chapters. Thank you.